Kings and Queens and Kings, welcome! My name's Michael and this is Ground Up Movement. I'm so honoured that you are here and I'm so grateful that you are here. And for anyone that is returning, what is up? And for anyone that is new, strap yourselves in and welcome too. And you are loved, you are sovereign, you are here for a reason and you are special. So here I am in nature once again, earthing out, connecting with the magnetic field, getting away from the hustle and bustle and the electric static of the world, as my pooch is no doubt running amok somewhere around here, and some random teepee in the background that probably some kids built. We're going to talk about brain health, subconscious health, holistic health. We go galactic, we go ancient, we go mystical, spiritual, shamanistic, and many other random things. If you like this information, please like, please share, please subscribe, and comment to help the algorithms. Even if you want to abuse me, it's all good. I'll thank you for that. So this week is the second episode about Dream Chaser. The first one was about cleaning the mind out and all the tips that go with that, with my story, how it woke me up and gave me like a spiritual connection. But if you're not trying to hear all that, if you're like, kill that noise, because it's not for everyone, this second section is about how to set yourself up to chase a dream, even if you don't have one yet, even if you're not spiritually connected, even if you don't want to know about all that jazz that I've covered in other ones. This is about setting yourself up, regardless if you have a dream, whether you're spiritually connected, but you want to change and you don't know really what to do. We're going to get into routines, morning and afternoon routines that have worked for me. Okay, so I actually forgot to mention last week, with all the tips that I gave about detoxing, this is just a warning. When you start to detox, you will probably get sick, you'll probably get flu-like symptoms when you give up all the things that you're used to consuming, and you start to detox. Your body generally reacts like that. For me, I was doing all this healthy stuff and I felt like crap for a couple of weeks, and it's just part of the process. It might not be for you, but I'm just giving you the warning. Now, in a beautiful backup from the universe, last week I mentioned things like garlic, no tap water, no coffee, no alcohol. And this week, just now, I have come across a video from Master Sri, I can't remember his last name, but he's an absolute lord. I'm popping the video underneath. And he has listed 5 things for your spiritual awakening. And it's exactly what I said that I tried a year ago, which worked for me. The only thing that he added in there that I didn't was no onion either. So heading up to the 2112 portal for the beginning of the age of Aquarius, I'm doing a 21-day challenge and I'm not going to consume any of those things again. And yeah, I challenge you too to do a 21-day challenge and accelerate your spiritual awakening. Now, I have to give a special shout out to Chelle who was a holistic healer and a Reiki master who I visited. And when I did, I met my spirit man. I met one of my powerful spirit guides. And I just didn't give her business enough props and her skills enough props. Shouting out much love to you, Chelle, and Dee, thank you. And yeah, I'm going to leave links to her business again underneath. I highly recommend Reiki for anyone because it was a huge part of my journey, the both visits that I've had to Reiki. And before visiting Chelle, I visited another Reiki healer when I was going through a really bad emotional time. And I actually had another spirit guide there who touched me and I felt it. So just to let you know, Reiki isn't just all about energy healing. There's mediumship in there, there's intuition from the healer. They give incredible insight. Now Chelle also has a bunch of oils and aromatic stuff as well, and she actually gifted me 2 oils before I even met her, after I was speaking to her sister, and I want to thank you for that. And I still use those oils, and when guests come around who are stressed out, I've used them oils for them, and it's helped chill them out too. So the power of oils and all of that stuff cannot be underestimated. All right. Yeah, and again, I've got a link underneath to my Isagenix store that does have massive amounts of info on that stuff if you just want to read up on essential oils. All right. All right, so here I am in the teepee, just outside the teepee, and check this out. In the galaxy, you are here. And it takes our solar system 200 million years just to do one revolution around the spiral of our galaxy. And astrology, all the ancients had advanced knowledge of the celestial movements and alignments of the world. It's something that we've seemed to have forgotten as a majority, and mainstream don't report on it at all. So I'm popping up a book here, it's called Hamlet's Mill. These authors, it was their magnum opus, and they've tied in 31 cultures, ancient cultures not connected to each other around the world, that all had knowledge of the one great year, which is I think 25,980 years. So as we move towards the 21/12/2020 Age of Aquarius grand marker, it's also tying into the 26,000 year one great year, or one solar cycle. So it's a super crazy powerful time. We're not taught to look at how our solar system and our planet is affected by that. We're taught that all of our weather is, you know, it's kind of we're creating that, which we are. The earth needs to heal and is healing. But there's also other factors why our weather is the way it is, the way our magnetic field is changing, where we are in the galaxy at the moment, what the sun is doing, how the planets are vibrating as they go through energetic areas of the galaxy, and everything's connected. Now that I've explained that random shit, which I'm super passionate about, let's get into Dream Chaser Part 2, your routines. You! So all the beats in this video are First Nations Australian beats, because it's Oz Music Month here. Shout out to JK47 for winning the Unearthed J Award for Album of the Year, and I featured one of his songs for the first track of my last video. He's only got about 800 subscribers on his YouTube. I want 80,000 for you, bro. Alright, cheers. Let's keep going. As I wash the smoke over my head, I pronounce, I think clearly. As I watch this smoke over my eyes, I pronounce, may I see the truth. As I wash this smoke over my throat, I pronounce, may I speak the truth. As I wash this smoke over my heart, I pronounce, may my heart be open. Just throwing out a little bit of shaman knowledge there, how to use smudging in a different way. And we've got my boy over here, and he'll be laying down some knowledge throughout this video. He is my fetish, Fetish is an object that carries the embodiment of a container for a powerful spirit ally. Find a fetish that holds the spirit guide you feel strongly aligned with. My fetish is imbued with a spiritual power and conditional and unconditional love. I trust the power that is contained within this fetish. You! Alright, kings and queens, so last video was about detoxing the pineal gland and detoxing the brain, or detoxing the heavy metals that are neurotoxins for our brain. If you check out any of my videos, they're probably all 1%er stuff. We always talk about the 1%ers being, you know, these people. We always picture the 1% is an unattainable thing for us. But even if you have no money, even if you have a business idea and you can't afford to do it, you can set yourself up by doing what successful people do. And this is what they do. They have solid morning routines. From making the bed, I drink a glass of water straight up for my brain health. Last video I was talking about detoxing the heavy metals from your body. And I linked 2 videos below in that about foods that help get the metals out of your body. Now, if you didn't look at them, I'll just tell you real quick that if you eat peaches and mangoes and berries and the broccoli family that are in those videos that you may or may not have watched, they detox the heavy metals from your body. So when you think about that list that was at the start from Jim Quick talking about his brain food shake, mine is my normal shake with banana, a bit of protein and my omegas, but I put hazelnuts in there because it's a brain food. I put mango some mornings, I put peach some mornings, and I always have my berries in there too. So I've got that is a brain food shake that you can have, that you can make yourself. You don't need to pay someone to do that. I'm telling you all this stuff now, and you can check those videos out. Most people probably don't click on those links, but that's why I'm mentioning it now. As mentioned just before in the video, I've chucked in a new link that I've discovered that was just dropped this week by a master who is explaining the same things. So that's the divine masculine perspective on your spiritual awakening or clearing out your brain. And I'm also dropping a video link below for the divine feminine point of view on detoxing your third eye and your pineal gland by Melanie Beckler from askangels.com. She is an earth angel, and yeah, basically I discovered that video this year as well, and it was a really nice synchronicity. Basically backs up in that video on what to do for your spiritual awakening. So yeah, you've got 3 sources to look at other than just my voice telling you, and there's many more out there. What you need to do is find the voice that works for you, because you might not like my face, you might not like someone else's face, you might not like a dude telling you what to do, you might not like a woman telling you what to do. But if you're watching this video, it means your higher self is telling you to start finding your teachers, because you're ready if you're watching this video. That inner voice about maybe even finding a calling in life, and that'll put you in like the top 5% of people in the world. That 5% of people walk differently, act differently, talk differently, write differently, speak differently, because they've got a vision that they're living for, not in the present moment but in the future. So not everyone's going to get that, but with a morning routine, with the shit that I'm sharing now, you'll probably be in the top 1% of the world if you're doing stuff like this. And people pay for programmed morning routines. How do I know that? Because there's people out there who are highly successful, who have shared their millionaire morning routines on YouTube, and they've paid for that stuff. And more power to the person who's creating those courses and getting people to pay for it. You can do that stuff for free. The reason people don't do stuff for free, in my opinion, is because it is free. They don't have money backing it. They don't find value in it. So that's why it's possible to pay money even though you can do it for free. So just to keep that in mind, maybe create a morning routine and pretend you pay $500 for it. I don't know. Do something. So what's your morning routine look like? Let me just say, if you're starting a new routine and you're living with a partner and you've got other people in the house, the first thing you need to do is create your own space, because you can't expect everyone else to be on board with what you're doing. If you're not single and you don't have your own space, that's the first thing you've got to take into consideration, is where are you going to create your own space. Most of us have a spare guest bedroom. That's a place where you want to get up every morning and go to do your thing, to, you know, have that quiet space for you to either, well, what we're going to get into, all right? My morning routine started off with the stuff that I mentioned in the last video, just meditating in the morning, and started to try to mess around with morning Qigong routines. Now I keep dropping the same teacher in my Qigong links, but again, that's the divine feminine. If you don't like that, there are divine masculine teachers out there. There's lots of them, and they're awesome. I like them too. But I'm just promoting the girl who taught me so much and woke me up to those practices. But secondly, I followed the morning routine of Jim Kwik. If you haven't heard of him, he's with Mind Valley, and he was known as the kid with the broken brain. And he's now a world leader in brain health. So here's a picture that I screenshotted of his masterclass that I did free online, of his morning routine that you can do for free mostly. So now you've had a read of that. Take it or leave it. It's your choice. So you can look at that and devise something from that, take bits and pieces of it, do whatever you want to do, but do something. I wrote a whole section about morning routines in my Unfuck My World Facebook page with video links explaining that stuff, to do morning routines, things you can try. It's under the section of the mind section of that body of work. So if you grab your phone first thing in the morning, most of us do, there's no judgment in that. Jim Kwik will teach you to not grab your phone, but if you grab your phone like I do, what I've decided to do with my phone is I don't check any messages or any emails or any social media for the first, I don't know, until I've done my morning routine. Now I will grab that phone because I've set up a playlist on YouTube of guided meditations, prayer, mind movies if I feel like watching a mind movie in the morning, and all stuff to, while you're in that brainwave state and you're not getting caught up in the bullshit of the world yet. When you're in that brainwave state, it's a perfect time to reprogram your subconscious mind for the way you want to do it. Now, affirmations are awesome. You can just play affirmations in the background, or you can write affirmations down. My boy over here is laying out mad affirmations. And yeah, everything is about your subconscious health. When you get into the meditative state and you do a guided meditation that is positive, or if it's clearing, or if it's an energetic protection, or if you're focusing on a chakra point, or if you're just meditating in silence, those are the times where we're in the best brainwave state to program your subconscious mind. So that's why meditation is also fantastic for shadow work, which we'll get into in another video. The beauty of a morning routine is you can change it. You might get bored of something, you might find, or you might want to modify it. I'm constantly doing that. So I always do gratitude journaling in the morning. I just write down 10 things that I'm grateful for. I also now do scripting. Now scripting is a bit of an art, and to do scripting properly, there's whole videos on that, but you just got to start somewhere, even if you don't believe it. You know, it's doing things that you've never done before, otherwise you're going to get the same fucking outcomes in your life. So it's all about your morning routine and creating time, getting up a little earlier, planning. Where was I? Do something that your future self will thank you for. So I've mentioned affirmations and I've mentioned mind movies. Why have I mentioned them? Why am I such an advocate for them? It's because when you start using affirmations and mind movies, you're introduced to languages or language that you've never used before, empowering language. And how do we program the subconscious mind? Through repetition or through altered states of consciousness. So, as an everyday practice, if you're doing affirmations in the morning, first thing, or you're watching a mind movie in the morning, first thing, or just before you go to bed, you're reaffirming to your subconscious when it's in a certain brainwave state where it's more receptive. So these are the little tricks that you can use to help reprogram your subconscious mind, which has no idea of time and space and what's real and what's not. It's just recording everything. We're getting into chatting about manifestation, and the 3 steps to manifesting are heal your past, script your future, and live in the present moment. When we're not in the present moment, when we're thinking about the future negatively, when fear-based emotions are coming in, good old fear, false evidence appearing real, and the sacred steps to creation are sacred fire, breath, visualization, meditation, affirmation, intention, and action. The powerful affirmation practices laid out by Master Dandapani are conscious, concise, charged, positive words, clear visualization and feeling being the most important, because feeling is emotion, and emotion is energy, and energy is magnetic. Now, I've shared these same words, quotes, with a video attached in the mind section of my Unfuck My World Facebook page. So if you haven't noticed yet, we're talking master teachings. Not pleb teachings, teachings from masters. I've mentioned Sadhguru. I've mentioned Master Sri, who learned from his master. And I've mentioned Dandapani. I've also mentioned Joe Dispenza before, Greg Braden, and the list goes on. So the information I've studied, the people I follow, the stuff I try is master teachings. These are the masters of the world that aren't being showed by the media at all. So last video, I pulled a power animal card, the wolf, to represent what was going on. And that wasn't just pulled out of my ass. I've actually found my power animal through a little thing that I did. I'll go into that in a future episode. And I actually shuffled a card for this week's video as well. And I can't make this up, but look what's popped up. The transformation card, the butterfly. So that is a beautiful synchronicity. And before I go into the little outro, where I use a new little camera thingy that I got given to me, by Wendy. Thank you so much for that gift. And I want to thank Big Carlos again for giving me a tripod when I very first started. Thanks for your support, brother. And I want to say thank you to my brother Khan as well, who actually suggested that maybe I should do something like this, and I wouldn't have done it without your insight. Just shouting out to members of my soul tribe, giving you mad love. And for anyone watching, I wish for you abundance, prosperity, freedom, joy, love, and discernment, powerful discernment skills in this time of the war on information. Let's head to the outro. Namaste. The cup overfloweth. See you next time. Truly blessed to live in this country and live in this beautiful world. Just did a mad meditation here. Chilling with the frogs. And there's I think it's like an owl up there going. Got the bees buzzing over here. Sun. Thank you so much to anyone who's tuning in and watching this to the end. I really appreciate it. I'm Michael Dovier. This is Ground Up Movement. Stay tuned for more madness. Peace, much love and light.